Where have the platforming games gone? I'm talking games like Ratchet and Clank, Banjo-Kazooie, and Crash Bandicoot and Spyro. All those memorable classics that we used to love as a kid, they kind of got thrown aside with the reign of Battlefield and Call of Duty and all these other AAA massive games that are just only providing us one type of experience, be it yet, as those experiences are solid in and of themselves and are well developed and thought out, they're still always the same experience. Every Call of Duty that comes out, the story usually ends up around the same. Now, a lot of people and a lot of Call of Duty players may flack me on that, but in my experience, dude, and what I've played throughout all the Call of Duties I've played within my life, it has all felt dead same, man. It has all felt the exact same. You kill some people, you complete your mission, you go on to the next one. Whereas when I played something like Ratchet and Clank, it was always kind of like a new experience, as you would go through all these different trials and platforming and different types of mechanics that were thrown at you that were unique and fresh to the game, yet didn't feel awkward or clunky in the slightest bit. Now, understanding this is my thoughts basically as a youngling and how I remember these games back in the day, maybe they weren't as fleshed out as I'm trying to make them out to be, but it just goes to show how much and how strong nostalgia can actually be for a game you really truly love. And maybe, hell, I don't know, 10 years down in the future, I'll look back on some of the Call of Duties and I'll be like, damn, those are revolutionary. As I am in my current mindset, I do believe Call of Duty was revolutionary and it did bring a lot to the shooter genre, though I do not feel that any of the developers down at Call of Duty have actually expanded upon a lot of their ideas. Now, when Treyarch took a hold of the Call of Duty branding, they actually expanded upon the genre and gave it something new. They gave it a different aesthetic. They added Call of Duty Zombies, which was a great addition and could today be standing as its own standalone game, being sold at a separate premium price. At least that's in my opinion and my standards of gaming. Maybe not at the full $60 price tag, but I could see it going for $20, maybe even pushing a $40 price tag on that game. Kudos for Treyarch for actually expanding upon the Call of Duty genre, but after that, after the World War shooters kind of ended, that kind of era of gaming, Call of Duty hasn't really expanded upon much else in their genres. Their stories are still bland and dull, while others are trying to go for a more open world rather than a linear experience. Other people are trying to make their games more story-driven, more heartfelt, more mechanically difficult, more added features in their games, while Call of Duty just still remains the same to its perk system, and it tries to stay true to that system, when in all reality is they need to branch out and grasp onto different things. Whether it will be a Call of Duty we know or not, it only goes to show that if you look at Resident Evil 7, they branched out so far into a different type of game that now they have free reign to basically do almost whatever. They could go in so many directions, making the player's head spin, and it would all be successful, all because they just branched out and tried to do a different system rather than their traditional formula. And this is going to be really great for their fans, even though it's not their classic Leon Kennedy and Claire Redfield and all those iconic characters that we know in the Resident Evil franchise. Since they branched out and tried something new with the Resident Evil name, now they have free reign to basically introduce all these new ideas that they originally couldn't before, because of all the limitations that the previous sequels of their games gave them before, having to abide by these rules. But when you introduce something new, you can completely scrap all those rules and recreate new ones, creating a new and fresh experience for the whole game and its community. Now, I know I kind of branched off a little bit there, but basically what I'm trying to get across is these game developers need to start branching out a little bit more and grasping on to not what made these games great, but what could make them greater. Grasp on to new ideas so they can break the rules that they once previously had and make new characters and make a new story. Now, these games aren't technically dead, these platforming type games. I feel like they've just been kind of more or less reincarnated into more serious toned games such as Abzu and that one with the desert. I cannot think of it for the life of me. It's Journey. I remember It's Journey. In conclusion, you guys, these games are a really big part of my childhood, and I hope into the future, as we progress, that we'll see more lighthearted and less serious toned games that are more towards us nostalgic folks trying to look for an experience that we once had when we were younger. With all that being said, I hope you guys liked the video as much as I did making it. I hope you guys enjoy the video as much as I did making it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.